the genius design of Japanese streets. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever been on Japanese streets before, but I have, and they're very squiggly and weird. And anyway, this is a 10-minute video I found on YouTube. It was recommended to me by the almighty algorithm and by this guy called Duker, and it's got 55K views. And hey, let's check it out, bro. Let's fucking do it. Let's see how's it going. So, yeah, if any of you guys have ever been to Japan, you'll know that the streets, especially in Tokyo, are fucking Karize off of the hizzy. And anyway, yeah, I'm Papa Tika. I've been in Japan a long time, and I do other YouTube videos, but I also like reacting to other Japan videos, and that's what I'm doing today. And anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah, don't forget to fucking smash that like button and shit, guys. And yeah. You know, show your support and whatever. Fucking assholes. Okay, let's get this shit started. Here we go. Oh my god, it's Jakey's house. Jakey, your table is so nice.
This is a modern-day Japanese street. A tapestry of layered uses. Every inch serves a purpose, balancing density with functionality. And this is a stroad. Fragmented and disjointed. It's a space that never quite came together. Two completely different uses of space that nurture completely different lifestyles. But what is it that makes the Japanese streets so well designed?
It's because they're gay.
Are these differences purely the result of planning decisions? Or is it something rooted in the land, determining the form of these environments millennia ago? Japan is incredibly unique. It's an island nation, built up of 4 main islands and thousands of tiny islands. It is a land of contrasts, where the earth swells and dips like the tides, sculpted by the restless energy of tectonic forces. Mountains blanket the country, covering over 80% of its landmass. These jagged peaks feature the origins of rivers that flow to the sea. Winds sweep down from these heights, eroding the landscape over millennia, leaving behind narrow plains and few flat zones. And then there's the sea, a constant presence, both a connector and a barrier, shaping Japan's history, culture, and identity. The water is what we make of it. It's a great connector, allowing different cultures and resources to be introduced to the landscape.
This feels like it's like a project.
It can also seclude. For nearly 3 centuries, Japan shut its doors. The country isolated itself. Outside religions, resources, traditions, and ideas, all banished. The land is resistant to all outside influence. Japan's own ideas evolve and take on their own identity, creating its distinct built environment. But Japan's geography is more than just a backdrop. It's a force that shapes life here. Natural disasters come frequently. Earthquakes violently shake the ground. Volcanoes erupt, spewing molten rock. Even tsunamis and typhoons devastate entire prefectures. One can imagine this fosters a culture of resilient communities. Social cohesion keeps everyone in order when the world is on fire. Mountains also nurture tight-knit communities. Summits isolate nearby towns, fostering tight-knit communities where cooperation isn't just a value, it's a necessity. In the narrow spaces between ridges, self-reliance and social cohesion aren't just ideals, they're survival skills. Cultures too adapt to their environment. I mean, this place is crazy. Of course, the people are going to have some unique values and traditions. Geography is more than a setting. It's a force that weaves its way into the culture, habits, and interactions of those who call any place home. And perhaps nowhere is this more evident than in the design of Japanese streets and towns. A harmony between nature's challenges and humanity's ingenuity, where every structure and street tells the story of a land that shapes its people as much as they shape it. Japan's population density casts a large net, and so their towns do not look the same. The streets of Tokyo, the largest city on the planet, and a rural town on the coast are going to be different. It's true, these places have different priorities when it comes to transportation. But the philosophy of Japanese...
This guy's B-roll is fucking good. His voice is really annoying. Not the sound of his voice, the pace of how he talks. I'm trying to enjoy this, but it just sounds like I don't know, man. You might want to use an AI voice or something. In Japan, the thing is, and I'm like, like, and the thing is like I know this is very educational, and it's actually like a good, well-made video. At least like the pacing and the music and the B-roll is amazing. It looks great, but just the fucking pace that he talks at is so annoying. I'm trying to enjoy this, and he's ruining it for me. But anyway, yeah, that's just me, a Mario. But anyway, yeah, let's keep going. What do you guys think?
Street design remains the same, regardless of location. These are yokocho alleyways. In every city, intersections have low clear zones. When a vehicle arrives at an intersection, the limited vision forces them to slow down. Streets are also narrow. The surrounding environment closes in on the driver, smushing and forcefully closing in, causing the driver to be aware of themselves in relation to their surroundings. A lot of the time, drivers aren't speeding to pump up their adrenaline. It's because the roads are poorly designed. Open space awards the driver a feeling of freedom, a perfect excuse to commit vehicular manslaughter. These alleyways are featured heavily in Tokyo.
Ever even been to Japan?
Stores, residencies, restaurants packed into these narrow spaces. Groups of people on the side of the road, street vendors, a cyclist, multi-floor buildings, clothing stores, bright colors, and now an intersection halts you to a stop. For drivers, this is discouraging. It's far too complex. Cars have their place in the world of transportation. They do not, however, belong in dense metropolises. Overwhelmed and overstimulated, one will most likely choose another mode of transportation.
Let's see if I can geocache.
Japan understands this, and so what is a driver's nightmare becomes a pedestrian's dream. Roads are peaceful without cars. Even in a city of over 30 million, you may only hear the songs of birds in the surrounding greenery. The multi-floor buildings shield pedestrians from the outside. The surroundings close in, giving an embrace. The isolation is warm and inviting. This feeling is due to not feeling so exposed. Open space isn't always a negative, but you are often being placed in an uncomfortable situation when the scale is blown up. When we design tight spaces correctly, it's safe, interesting, and cozy.
Yeah.
Japan has mastered the art of tight space, and in these places with some of the highest land value in the world, they need to. Elevated rail lines, expressways, take up a lot of room, but Japan takes this limited amount of space and maximizes it. Zoning regulations are often a mess. North American cities use the Euclidean model. This means that one zone can usually only have one type of building in it. If a building has a unique characteristic, it's gonna have to be zoned in properly. This forces North American cities to create hundreds of different zones. The Japanese have 12. Multiple types of buildings can fit into multiple types of zones. This means that unique buildings can be thrown into a space.
Oh, that's Osaka.
The system is based on impact. If an area is zoned as low impact, residential buildings and small shops will be permitted to build here. If a space is zoned as high impact, this is going to include the establishments that have the highest footprint. Think bustling commercial and larger industrial zones. The impact system is much easier to implement. Planners rank the type of building based on the level of tolerance they deem it to have, and the process can move forward. If there is space, Japan fills it, and buildings that need to be built get built. Japanese zoning is there to create solutions. North American regulations, meanwhile, are made with roadblocks in mind. Zoning is the boogeyman of North American planning. When cities demand 80% of the land be a large swath of yellow and restrict it to exclusively single-family homes, the only outcome is a broken neighborhood. Zoning isn't just a technicality, it's the foundation of how we live. Japan's approach shows that when we design with flexibility and humanity in mind, we create spaces that aren't just functional, but joyful. The genius of Japanese streets lies in their balance. From rural communities to the biggest cities in the world, flexible zoning and human-scale design enables these places to evolve organically. It's a system that values function and connection over rigid rules. In a world where so many streets are designed to restrict, Japan's streets empower. They remind us that the best urban spaces aren't just about moving people, they're about creating spaces where life can flourish. Streets are more than just a network of roads and pathways. They're reflections of a philosophy. They should be efficient, yes, but there are also places to experience and connect with one's community. Perhaps this is just another case of an American seeing Japan through some rose-tinted glasses, romanticizing what might simply be a different way of doing things. Japan isn't perfect, and its streets aren't without their flaws. But there is real value in observing the ordinary. These are networks that millions rely on every day. Their quiet importance shouldn't be overshadowed by flashier spectacles. Because a street's design is not just a means to an end, it's a reflection of what a community values and what it aspires to be. That is the true genius of Japanese streets.
Oh wow, dude, he did a video on third places. Wait, go back. Got my fucking
What might simply be a because and what is.
Okay, that's cool. He did a video on third places. Yeah, I really like that that concept. We got to talk more about that. It basically says how like humans lost the place where they can go all to hang out in, like a mall or whatever, where like people are just chilling, and because of that, people feel more lonely and shit. So it's like you go from work to your car, or you go from home to work to the car. It's like grocery store or something. There's no like real places to hang out except like maybe a bar or something. It fucking sucks. Anyway, yeah, guys, what do you think? That was an interesting video. I'm sorry to the guy who made that if I sound like a dick. I mean, like, it's a very informative video, and I didn't see anything really bad with it. It's just that I'm spoiled by YouTube videos so much these days that it's like when I see something like that that's slightly annoying, you know. But no, it was a great video. I'm gonna check out your what we lost for third places later too. I'll react to that later. But yeah, yeah, Japanese infrastructure is impressive. That's right, Joshy. You got it right. But anyway, yeah, what did you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you made it this far, don't forget to smash the like button. And did you ever want to learn Japanese? Like I've been here almost 20 years and I still fucking study Japanese every day. Can you believe it? Because you gotta always be studying, man. You don't want to be an illiterate fucking retard. So, but yeah, guys, yeah, if you want to learn Japanese, I do have a Patreon. You can go over to patreon.com/TkyoSam, links down below, and you can sign up for my Japanese lessons, which are significantly cheaper than any bullshit that you'd find in an actual classroom here in Japan. And my goal is to get you guys over here and be fluent as fast as possible so you guys can be based and cool in Japan. And also, you know, go follow me on social media. We have a really awesome, hot, sexual community over on our Discord. And, yeah, anyway, you guys stay black, you know. Well, Scottish-sama deshita, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, buddy. Time for my new outro. Fuck yeah. Boom.
about something with all your heart and energy, but you can't care about it if you're always holding yourself back in case it doesn't work out.
Yeah, why y'all put cheese on my cheeseburger?